so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively.
Hey, I'm Dr. Brian Hall, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
Oh, I love that. Hi. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Wednesday, July 16th, and I'm your host, Dani Gurrie. Here is what we're doing on the greatest show all about Frederick, and self-proclaimed, of course, but I don't think there's too many others out there, so maybe the only show all about Frederick. We got our morning roundup with Bob Miller and Chris Michaels from WFMD. Then I'm going to go over what's happening in Frederick because I am the events queen. That is for sure. And I do keep tabs on everything going on in and around Frederick County. I've got Serena and Pastor Deb from Centennial Early Learning Center. I never even knew this place existed. It's been around for a long time. Church that's been around forever. And they are going to be here as well. And then Kim Levy from Kim Inkspired Designs is here to talk about modern calligraphy. And she has a class coming up July 22nd that there are tickets still available for that you can sign up for. So we'll go over all of that. But first, we've got to officially start the show. Got to thank our show's sponsor, Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic. They can understand how pain can hold you back. They do understand it, actually, that you can save $400 on your first visit. You can be on the road to feeling better for just $50. All you have to do is mention Good Morning Frederick when you call. My gosh, that is nothing to get started to feeling better. Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic. Look them up online. You can even listen to their podcast. They're dedicated to helping you achieve your wellness objectives. So, of course, I've run along. Well, we've kind of sped along earlier. I guess one thing I didn't talk about at the open of the show is that, of course, all the Good Morning Frederick merch that is purchased in our at the home of everything Frederick, or anywhere we go, 100% of the proceeds are donated to Sleep in Heavenly Peace this month. So for the month of July, which we have another 12 days, you can purchase Good Morning Frederick merch, and Sleep in Heavenly Peace will benefit. Also, we take donations at the home of everything Frederick for all Sleep in Heavenly Peace bedding. Good morning to Wilbur Escobar. Thank you so much for joining today. And Christina Murphy from Leaf. She is checking in this morning. Good morning to you. I will see you a little bit later to talk about the 5K for next year. So the Lyme Warriors are ready to go for next year. Want to say good morning to Drew. Good morning to you. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I can't believe we are at the tail end, well, middle of July already. Feels like flying by the summertime. Here's one thing I'm a little upset about is it's been very overcast and weird, this weather. I really want to wake up to a blue sky, sun shining, and enjoy a beautiful day. But I'm working anyway, so right, maybe just on the weekends. Let's do that on the weekends. All right. I am stalling to see if we get Bob Miller and Chris Michaels to jump on. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna roll the dice and see if we can play their open in just a second and see if they get started. But anyway, Sleep in Heavenly Peace is an amazing organization. They've got some bed builds and bed deliveries you can check out. You can stop by the home of Everything Frederick today through Sunday, 11 to 4. Mama Cone and my niece, Elena, are going to be manning the shop today. And so they'll be there. Why don't you stop by? You can also pick up your Good Morning Frederick magnet because we have the Watch and Win starting soon. Oh, there she is, Mama Cone. Not the first comment this morning. She must have slept in a little bit. Who knows? Enjoying her morning coffee, I'm sure, while we're getting the show started. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Typically they are on and ready to go, but maybe let me just see. I don't have any texts from them, so they're probably just running a little late. All right. So also want to talk about before they jump on, we've been talking about, we've been talking about it. I'm talking to a couple of the candidates who are running for office this coming election. So I believe the primaries are in August or September. I'm going to find out more about that. And then we have the off-cycle elections, which is mayor, city council, and we have kind of some new districts and everything. Oh, there's Bob. All right. So we'll go ahead and open the show, but we'll talk about that too. We're going to be interviewing some of the candidates who are running for some of the districts, and your district may have changed for the city election. Morning Roundup is sponsored by Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Window tinting, paint protection film, ceramic coating, vinyl wraps like on the Good Morning Frederick car. Also, customized leather upholstered car seats. They can take care of all your aftermarket enhancements. Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Accessories for any lifestyle. Find them on Urbana Pike or at autotrim-md.com. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I had to do a little stalling because I was here a little early and ready to go, and I thought, okay, so I had to just chat about.
Well, I'm going to have to admit something, and I got to do it before Chris gets here. and I know that this is going to upset you. Chris and I cheated on you yesterday.
Oh,
I know
this actually, because let me just tell you, not only did you cheat on me with another podcast, much more famous podcast, though, I have to say, but he tested out the equipment at his home with me before he jumped on the podcast that you guys did last night at 7. So there you go.
Oh, there's his sign.
How about that?
I'm going to cheat on you, but can we test it? And you know what the funny part was?
Can you drop me off before we go and cheat on you?
Geez.
Yeah, right?
Oh, geez. Let me sign off of here. I just came on. I know what you guys are talking. Let me.
And the funny thing is that he had what happens to me all the time here, is he lost the audio, and, he's like sitting there just like this.
It worked. It worked perfectly fine when we were testing yesterday.
That deer in the headlights looked like.
Was it noticeable, you think?
Definitely gonna have to tune in when that one's on. That's
So-
good.
So I have a question. Do you have earbuds in?
No,
So how do you hear all this?
my speakers. I have it playing through my speakers, but I know because I don't the way I have my system set up, I don't get feedback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because we had a little bit with Chris, but he didn't use headphones. I used headphones, but the other two people on the podcast did not use headphones. One said, I just listened to it on the speaker. I know it's wrong, but I think that's what they all do. I thought my wife has like these little earbuds. I was trying to get them to work, Bluetooth earbuds. They weren't charged up, and I'm like, I don't care if people see me with headphones on. Who cares?
Yeah, a lot of podcasters, well, especially if you're in the same room, you have to use headphones. So if I have somebody, I've done podcasts where we're sitting together, we have to, well, depending on how it's set up, because even when I used to do my old podcast, no, I never wore headphones unless I needed to hear what was playing, if we played, any other videos or things like that. So yeah, it's just depends on your setup. But yeah.
I don't have any. I say it's a world that I have no idea anything about because they had clips, they had all kinds of stuff, and I will tell them. I mean, I enjoyed it. It looked like it was fun, but she had producers. She had I want clip number 5, and people were playing it, and I'm like, well, Dani just does that all by herself.
I tell you, I would love a producer. But
It was.
You were on
it was like exactly like the platform we use, but under private chat they had her producers who were saying welcome Mr. Michaels, and then welcome Bob Miller, and then he very sternly said the guest is here, so let's not keep them waiting. There's like two other producers, and I was actually talking to them because I'm looking here because you got comments in private chat. So I didn't even know. I guess we can private chat each other.
Yeah, so I can right now, like if you go, I can do that. So I think you were saying they use the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I like, we have people saying hi. We got Mama Cone and Drew, and lots of people are saying hi to us in private chat. So
you're famous now. You're famous. So when is that going to be on?
It's on now. It was live yesterday.
Oh, you guys were live. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, we were. Not Memorex, baby.
No, it was live. Now, it was very unfortunate, Dani, because I really prepped for the show, and I had some very intelligent commentary to say. Unfortunately, I couldn't hear specifically the videos being played. And I had some very, very good arguments and discussions that I myself wanted to opine on, but unfortunately was unable to do so.
Somebody has a word of the day calendar.
I only know that word because I hear Bill O'Reilly say it before Frank and Tim's show starts. So that's the only reason why I know that word. He says, if you wish to opine. Yep. So that's the only reason why. And then I kind of looked at the syllables today a bunch of times just to make sure I got it right, to sound like I actually knew the word. But so unfortunately, I wasn't able to do so because of the fact that I was unable to hear. And my eyes did not pop out, although I did make a controversial remark that I was thinking about. My mother called me after the show got on, and she said, although what you said was hysterical, what's kind of controversial. You know which one I'm referring to, Bob Miller?
No, share it with me. I forget it.
When the guy from Minnesota who's running, when they showed his picture, I said his head looks like a Hershey Kiss.
Yes, and I said, I said you shouldn't make fun of Hershey Kisses like that. Yes, right. I said he looked like Chris Rock.
And I said he looked like a Hershey Kiss, which he really did look like a Hershey Kiss. That's what his head was shaped like.
But enough about us cheating on Dani. It's sad.
Okay.
I can't believe we did that. I can't
Dani,
believe we did that.
You were in our minds the whole time. As a matter of fact, I almost called Nick and Lee Dani by mistake. But I will say, hey, Dani, let me tell you this. I did not tell Nick and Lee that her smile lights up the entire sky like I do you. Right, Bob? You're my witness on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You were probably afraid of getting canceled immediately.
Well, we haven't gotten an invitation yet to come back, so
no, we have not. That is true. If Bob's not kidding, normally when you're guesting somebody's show, they'll say, "Hey, you guys did a great job.
You should
Hope
come
to
back."
get you back on." But not one.
yeah,
Right.
we got a thanks.
Yeah, thanks so much.
You did a
So
thanks. You did a great job.
Let's at least plug the podcast. It was Nikolai, right?
Nicolai
Ambrose.
Nicolai.
Yep.
Nicolai Ambrose.
Nicolai Ambrose, and you guys, Chris knows her from Fox.
She is actually the Maryland Republican chairman, women's chairman, committee woman. So yeah, yep. She is really into politics in Maryland. We talked a lot about Wes Moore and how he's ruining the state of Maryland. I talked about you're renewing your title for your cars. Yeah. I got my driver's license yesterday. I went to Hagerstown, and I'm sitting there talking to the wonderful lady, and we're all said and done. She takes my picture. We do that, and then she hands me a piece of paper.
Right. You don't even get your license anymore.
I looked at her and I said, "Where's my license?" "Well, that will be mailed to you in 7 to 10 days." And I'm like, "Are you kidding?"
I know. And here's the thing I hate about that. Now, what if you need to have some photo identification for something and you don't have a passport, or, what are you supposed to do for those 10 days? That to me is the most ridiculous thing ever.
They didn't used to do that, and somebody said
them right out of the machine.
You sit there, and they'll say, "Go have a seat. We'll call you when your license is done." Yep. Now, my wife thinks, or somebody else told me, it's because it was Diana who said because it's the real ID thing. Yeah. Maybe it is, but in Florida, when I got my real ID in Florida, I sat there, and then they handed it to me, and off I went. They didn't mail it. Maryland can't do anything right.
No, and I don't know what the delay, I don't understand that reasoning. You'd think, well, maybe it's the security features and all of that, but they got to print it wherever they're sending it. So there is a printer around that does it. So yeah, I think it also makes for more issues if people take that mail, or if you don't receive it in time. We know the mail service is not the greatest. So I think that's absolutely taking your only form for some people of photo identification.
The other thing is that I think that maybe it's because they want to keep people employed somehow. Because it's going to
probably better reasoning. Yeah,
it's going to take somebody else somewhere else to print it. It's going to take somebody else to put it in an envelope and mail it. It's going to cost. Yep. These are the things that if I was in Annapolis, or if I was the state of Maryland, I could help make money, but they're too stupid to do that.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah, just imagine how much they'd save it simply in postage.
Mm-hmm.
Envelopes and all that. You're sitting right there. You're there, and they can hand it to you, and it would save all of that time and effort.
Yes.
Another thing. If other states can do it, why can't Maryland do it?
Amen, sister. But also, let's just go to one license plate on the back, and then that way people will go out and buy vanity plates. So the state makes money off of the taxes on that. If you ever look at trailers, how many trailers will go down the road? Just kind of look. You probably don't recognize this. How many trailers going down the road that have a Maine tag on them, and you know that they live right next to you? Why do they have a Maine tag? Maine does a cheaper version of the tags. They get your money. They use it. Why can't Maryland do that? No, Maryland wants to charge an arm and a leg where they don't have to. It's something. Some of this is common sense. Even Chris knows. It looks like he's lost audio again.
I'm sorry, did you say something? My mind was drifting off.
We're bringing you back in, my friend. We're bringing you back in.
You know what? I can I say something about all what you guys are talking about? Can I give my 2 cents?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. That's all I got. I agree.
That's it?
That's it. I agree.
Maybe we should go back to talking about how Shawshank Redemption was the #1 movie of all time on the IMDb list.
No need to get it back into that. No, listen, what Bob said, I can't add anything to that because I agree. Perfectly said, Bob Miller. It's almost like I said it, but it came out of your body.
I feel like Chris has just come from marriage counseling or couples counseling with you, and that's what his counselor said to say. Just say, yes, dear. I agree.
Ever since the whole independent thing started with me on the show, there's been this friction. So now I just say, I agree. That's everybody always asks me, they say, Chris Michaels, for somebody who's not a political person, you sound amazing and you sound very intelligent on the air with political talk. And I say, well, very simple. If it's a Democrat talking to me, I say, yes, I agree. I don't argue. If it's a Republican talking to me, I say, yes, I agree. And I don't argue. That way I don't have to debate and I sound a lot smarter than I actually am.
You know what? Maybe more people should adhere to your advice.
Yes.
Do the exact same thing.
Agree.
See, there you go. Dani's doing it too.
Yeah,
it works perfectly. She agreed.
Yep.
Question will be: will Dani get here in time to eat some cake?
Oh, I know. Why you? It's earlier. It's earlier
because it's my birthday and I have to go on the road. I can't sit around all day and wait.
Off the show, Chris. What do? You got to remind me of these things. Happy birthday, Bob.
It's not till July 30th, and Chris won't be here on my birthday because he's taking.
That's right. I forget. We culminate the July birthday.
Yes,
all at once.
Yeah,
I totally forgot.
At work.
The week I'm taking off, it's Bob's birthday, and it's really not my fault though, because that's the only time I can. Because I want to make sure everybody else had their times off. So the only time I had off, I could take in that window of time.
You just looked at that calendar, and when it said Bob's birthday real big, you said, that is the week I want to not be here.
That's the day I want Miller to be on his own, by himself on his birthday when he should be sleeping in. But that's okay. Chris works hard, and I don't care about my birthday. You don't
begrudge him that time.
I do not.
Hey, Dani, let me can I say one more thing real quick before I get into news of why you are my only when it comes to podcasts? Because I was thinking about it. If I were to show up in Nicolee's house uninvited, like I did yours that day, I probably would be in jail. So that is why.
Those producers are /security. There you go.
That's why Dani's my numero uno when it comes to podcasting.
And
with Dani's show, all I got to do is say I agree, then that's it.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we should get into some news here. Not much going on. Washington County family wants Maryland lawmakers to reconsider a controversial juvenile justice law after their 12-year-old daughter was allegedly sexually assaulted at her middle school. And apparently Sunday car sales could be happening in Pennsylvania now that a state lawmaker wants to repeal that blue law. Now, speaking of the blue law, I don't know, the two of you aren't familiar with Jersey, which I know because you lived here your whole life, but over in Jersey, in Bergen County, right across the river from New York, there's a law that you can't buy clothes on Sundays. You can't buy clothes or any sporting goods or anything, only food. So what they do is there's a mall called the Garden State Mall, which is a huge mall, at least it used to be. Nowadays, who knows? But they have the mall completely closed, and the Walmart over there in Jersey, everything is closed off as far as clothes and everything. It's sectioned off, and the only thing you can do is just buy food. That's a law that's one of the few places in the country they have that law. Then again, you're talking about Jersey, a place where you're not allowed to pump your own gas. So, and you can't make left turns. This is why we call Jersey the armpit of the United States. They don't have their own identity. Either they're considered part of New York or they're considered part of Philadelphia. So there you go. A little geography and history lesson for you.
Well, we used to have blue laws in Frederick.
We did.
Everything was shut down. You couldn't do anything. I think probably you could buy food, maybe if there was a grocery store, but everything was pretty much shut down. Yep. And then I think the automobile industry is what got things opened up, and then everything else followed.
Well, it's funny still. Most auto dealers are closed on Sundays.
Yes.
And
Really?
it was, it was a long time before you could buy alcohol on Sundays at all. And I think one of those was like one of the last of the blue laws to finally be passed. But yeah.
And look at it now. Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday, and people think it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I know. Hey, listen, man, they stay true to their religion. You got to give them credit. Give them credit. And they give the employees a day off. I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I agree, Chris.
Bob.
I agree. Okay. Well, I thought you were going to do weather, but you know.
Oh, weather. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry.
Currently, the current temperatures are.
Okay. So Bob likes to. So I say current temperatures are. I don't know. It's just something it's one of those weird things that I do in the morning, Dani, like breathe. You know. One of those crazy things that just happened. I do in the morning time.
Again,
like
couples
breathe,
counseling. That's exactly
cough, sneeze, things like that. We didn't have these issues. We didn't have these issues when he was in Florida, Dani. Everything was perfectly fine.
That's right.
Now I feel like I gotta buy him breakfast to apologize for the mistakes I make, like breathing in the morning.
Well, Dani has sent out a memo of our contract negotiations, and it doesn't look like we're getting picked up for the second season. She's going to go back to her brother.
Yeah, she's gonna. Yeah, apparently that seems to be. I don't know, but I don't think I'll see a text message saying, "Hey guys, thanks so much. Can't wait to see you tomorrow on my show." All right, so getting the weather real quick. Currently 77 out there, and I'm sorry, my computer's running slow. Looking at a high of 93 today. Marginal risk of severe weather. That severe weather could be developing this afternoon. Storms may contain a strong and gusty winds. This is where I get confused. Okay, I'm looking at this. It says that may contain strong and gusty winds, yet it says the winds today are 5 to 10 miles an hour. Go figure. So I don't know. But anyway, that is the weather for today. Bob Miller has sports.
Well, before we get to sports, Dani, I want you to look at Chris's hands. Like, there's my hand. You notice something that you see on my finger here?
Oh, man.
Now, show us your left hand, Chris. Your left hand. Would you show us your left hand, sir?
Yeah.
Show us your left hand. He does not have a wedding ring.
The left.
Oh.
He does not have a wedding ring. He says that his hands are too big to have a wedding ring. And then I said, well, try this one on, and that one fit like a glove. He just doesn't want one.
That is not exactly what
his beautiful bride wants him to wear one.
Well, I tell you, all the rage now. Because a lot of men don't like.
Please don't say it, Dani.
Especially if they work or whatever. You can get those little the rubber plastic ones off of Amazon just to indicate to your wife that you are taken and spoken for. Because we know people are just tripping over themselves because you're so intelligent with your political opining daily. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just taking a guess here, but I'm hinting some sarcasm on your part, Dani, about what you just said. But look, did you just say to indicate to my wife? My wife knows I'm married already.
But she wants you to wear the ring.
Listen, everybody knows when a girl comes up to me, they look at me, they say, "Oh, hey, I can tell you're married." And I say, "Well, how do you know?" They say, "Because you got that joyful expression and smile and glee that emanates from you, and that I could tell that you're married." I have the joyful look of love that comes out of my face. When I smile, my face is shaped like a heart because I'm so in love with my wife. So there you go. So I don't like rings. They're uncomfortable, okay? And they just I don't like them. They're not comfortable on my fingers. It's one of those things, I mean, and look, let's be honest. Look at me. I'm a middle-aged, bald man with a gray beard who talks funny, who's lucky he can say the word opine. Who in their right? I'm lucky my wife stays with me, for crying out loud. So, I mean, look at me. Look. I'm coming to work, Dani. I'm wearing a faded New York Islanders shirt. This is what I wear to work when I go out to dinner.
So... I told him he could get a tattoo and he wouldn't have to wear a ring.
There
Just
you
a
go.
little-
Tattoo your finger.
Yeah. And with your wife's name on it, just say Angie right there.
Yes.
You know, that way she'll have a name of a guy on her arm and you can have a name of a female on your finger.
Yeah. How about that one, huh? I let her get a guy's name on her arm. Listen, real quickly, because I know you got to go, Dani. Can I be honest with you and Bob for a second and all the viewers out there? All right. I've never said this on air, but I think now's the time I'm going to be honest with real quick with everybody out there. The reason why I won't get a tattoo is because I had an unfortunate incident that happened. I went to a tattoo parlor, okay? And I was going to get a tattoo. I was very excited. And then as I walk up and I introduced myself to the guy who was going to give me the tattoo, his name was Rusty. And he had a needle. Rusty, needle. It gave me a bad feeling, and I opined that I got to get the hell out of here. And ever since then, I had a fear of tattoos. That's why I will not get one.
Well, there you go. Well, Mama Cone loves you no matter what, Chris.
That's
there
right.
You go.
Thank you, Mama Cone. I appreciate it. Mama Cone's the best, man. She's awesome.
I love her brother Jimmy.
Yeah, or ice cream.
Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy Cone.
Jimmy Cone.
Haven't you ever heard of Jimmy Cone? Come on, it's an ice cream place.
Have you ever been to Jimmy Cone, Chris?
Have I been to Jimmy Cone?
Yes.
No, I didn't know that place existed. Wait, are you guys?
No.
It's the greatest ice cream place ever.
No, I've never been there before. Here in Frederick?
It's in Mount Airy, I think, is where.
Yes.
Oh, Mount Airy? No, never been there. That's on the list then. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, along with the movie.
Movies.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You can take all the crying kids to Jimmy Cone.
Yeah.
When they're sad that they don't have Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. Mama, you told me that I was going to have Santa Claus visit. Why didn't he show up? Chris Michaels?
Didn't watch the movies.
What do you think? What do you think you are? What do you think you are, Tiny Tim?
Yeah.
God bless us all from A Christmas Carol.
Yes.
Danny's got more important things to discuss right now, like what's going on. So I apologize, Dani.
May I have some more, please? All right. Sports. It was the big news of the day. I could care less about the All-Star game, which ended up a tie and then a swat off or a swing off or something like that. And apparently the National League has more swingers than the American League because they won the swing off. But the big news is, and this is for you, Dani, only for you and all the other Redskin fans out there, Art Monk's number 81 will be retired this season. He will join the likes of now. And I said this came out of my mouth. Out of all the great Redskins players, only Sammy Ball, Bobby Mitchell, Sonny Jurgensen, Sean Taylor, and Darryl Green have had their numbers retired. How about John Riggins?
Yeah.
How about, Charles Mann, how about, the Hogs? They should all, at some point in time, maybe they will. Yeah. I know they're on their ring of fire or flames or whatever, but I guess maybe it takes a little bit more to get your number retired. And he is definitely worth Art Monk getting his jersey retired for the Washington Redskins. So. Or the Commanders, whatever you want to call them. They're Redskins. To the true diehard fans and the true diehard haters, they're the Redskins.
That's right.
That's right.
And to the independents like me, they're either the Redskins or Commanders. Don't care. Whatever the media wants to call them. That's
the ultimate fence sitter. I love it.
There you go.
Yeah,
all
right.
I gotta go because I gotta get back to my show.
Wow, it's 9:33. Holy cow!
I know. I'm gonna go eat some cake, hopefully.
Yes. Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
cake, Bob.
Thank you.
See you soon. All right, see you guys. Oh my goodness. I feel like it's like marriage counseling with the two of them. All right, we got to take a quick break because I got a lot of stuff to get to, and we're not going to have a lot of time. All right, happening in Frederick is coming up. Serena and Pastor Deb from Centennial Early Learning Center, and Kim from Inkspired Designs, all coming up just after this.
At Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic, we understand how pain can hold you back. We're here to understand what you're going through. For a limited time, you can schedule your first visit for just $50. Give us a call and mention Good Morning Frederick, and let's get you feeling better.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining flattery beyond compare.
Hey, if you're like me and you've always wanted to go to Alaska, well, you can join me. Antietam World Travel Service is putting everything together for June 9th through the 20th, 2026. We're going to do the land and the sea. It's going to be wonderful. You can get all the information at antietamtravel.com. Go there right now and just express your interest, and we will answer any questions that you have, but you can join me. Let's go to Alaska. Let's see all the great stuff Alaska has. June 9th through 20th, 2026.
All right, Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Intense Barbecue, family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company. They cook in small batches to make sure the food is as fresh as it can be when it gets to you. Find them at intensebarbecue.com and satisfy your meat tooth. All right, Souls of Joy. I've got an updated number. I'm at 135 pairs of shoes. I got 2 more weeks to collect. I want to thank everybody who donated their $5 or $10 through Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle. I was able to pick up some shoes on clearance at Walmart yesterday. There still might be some there. So if you can, throw me some cash. I would appreciate it. Again, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle. Or head over yourself and buy them. And you can drop them off to the locations listed, including the home of Everything Frederick. Huge shout out to Jen at Helping Hands and Caring Hearts. Not only does this woman go out and find all kinds of stuff for everybody in and around Frederick County, but she went and purchased shoes and dropped them off to me. She donated shoes from ones she had collected that she's dispersing as well, and then bought shoes and gave them to me to help my total. This woman, I'm telling you, is a gem. I saw her new food pantry yesterday. We're going to show that tomorrow. She's just amazing. So a huge shout out to her for that. Anyway, and you can also purchase your tickets or a sponsorship on Eventbrite. Just look for Souls of Joy. All right, I'm just going to run through what is happening over the next few days because I want to get to these great interviews we have. Today at 2 o'clock, you can make your own Dragon Eye at Middletown Library. At 6 p.m., it's Chess Club at Frederick Social. All experience welcome. Tomorrow, you got your Summerfest Family Theater at Baker Park at 10 a.m. 5 o'clock, it is Alive at 5. And that is a 21 and upper event. That's Justin Trawick and the Common Good playing live tomorrow at Alive at 5. On Friday, Middletown Movie Night at Remsburg Park kicks off at 7 p.m. And then on Saturday, there is a Sleep in Heavenly Peace bed build. You need to sign up to volunteer through their website. It is also the Wrench and Ride Cars and Coffee event. Car show that is happening at I'm sorry, my daughter is texting me right now. Cars and Coffee event that is happening in Charlestown. Family friendly, great event. You can see some hot rods, classic and custom cars as well. I'm going to be at the Asbury United Methodist annual community block party. It is on West All Saints Street. Tons of vendors, free food, free health screenings. school supply giveaway, and I will be collecting shoes for Souls of Joy. And then Sunday, we got the summer concert series at the Baker Park Band Shell. And that kicks off at 5 with a pregame with WFRE live broadcasting. And then at 7 p.m., the music kicks off, and it is New Legacy Blues, high energy blues band. All right. I've got to get to our, I'm going to move things around here. We're going to start with Kim from Kim Inkspired Designs. We're going to get to her and find out she's making the market great. Market Makers is sponsored by Maryland Lottery with tons of ways to win, like Big Money, where a $5 ticket could net you $50,000, or the $2 Monopoly ticket could get you $10,000. Go to mdlottery.com for all the details. You must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. Oh my gosh, I'm so inspired by people who can write really cool modern calligraphy. Well, Kim can do that. Here she is. Being creative, watching so many amazing creators all through social media. And recently I ran across Kim Levy. It is Kim Inkspired Design. And you are a calligrapher, handwriter, beautiful printist. I don't know what you want to call yourself, but mom of 2 and a wife who's recently kind of launched a new business recently. Welcome to Good Morning Frederick.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I tell you, I used to have beautiful penmanship when I was younger and wrote all the time. No longer, but you actually teach the art of calligraphy and handwriting. And I'm always inspired by people's beautiful signs in front of their shops with great design. What inspired you to kind of go this direction? Is this something you've always been interested in?
I've always been interested in pretty handwriting, and I did attempt to do something for my wedding, and it turned out awful. But at that time, I didn't have time to practice or learn or whatever. But when the pandemic hit, I had a lot of time then, and I became a full-time stay-at-home mom during that time after I quit my full-time job. So I took it up as a hobby, and it turned into a big passion and obsession.
Yeah. And it is amazing when you have time and you put time into stuff, how, great you can get, I'm sure, in a short period of time. So you not only can do calligraphy for other people who may want their wedding invites and things like that to look lovely, but you also teach people. How hard is that process to teach somebody who might not be nearly as creative?
So what I tell people in my classes is that you don't need to have good handwriting to even try to do it. Like, I would not say I have good handwriting at all, because it's basically learning how to do an art. So you're like learning how to draw or learning how to paint, or so it's basically, if you break it down, it's basically learning very simple basic strokes, and then you're learning to put them together into pretty letters. And
I love
the cool
it.
thing about it is that it's modern calligraphy, so you can get really creative and different with it. It doesn't have to be like one specific way to write a certain letter.
So you're not kind of doing that old English calligraphy as we might know it growing up, but it's just it's artful words, I think, is a great way to put it. And I'm assuming it's very similar to when you go to a paint night. My good friend Christy Mossberg, when I do paint nights with her, she's like, just trust the process. It will all come together. And she literally is saying, draw a line here, do a thicker one here. And then all of a sudden you have this beautiful piece. And I think that's so cool. So you are in Montgomery County, but you very often will be doing your classes all over the place. And are those typically a couple hours long, and then you're doing a specific piece during that class?
Yeah, so how it works is that they're 90 minutes long, Usually $65 for a class, and you also get a beginner's calligraphy kit. And we work through the kit during class. It's basically a packet where you learn the basics, but also there's like a word guide, and we do it with tracing paper. And then at the end, you kind of graduate from the tracing paper and try to attempt to do something on a pretty piece of cardstock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Do you find, see, this is what would happen to me is I would be addressing everything, even a bill with this gorgeous, lovely practiced handwriting. Do you find yourself kind of practicing on all sorts of different stuff?
Yes, I do. And I have made the comment to my students, like, yeah, just even if you use something to, address a bill and send it off that way, send in pretty calligraphy,
Yeah, because you have to keep using it or you lose it, right? If you like anything, once you learn, if you don't keep doing it, it won't look nearly as nice.
Yeah.
What is, for the people watching right now, do you find that this actually enhances your normal handwriting, or do you find, I know you said you were from the medical background previously, so you know what we say about people in the medical industry, their handwriting, but do you find that this positively impacts your normal handwriting?
Yeah, I mean, if I wrote actually normally, I probably would speed through it and it would just be very messy and scribbly, right? But if I'm actually focusing on it, like I kind of slow myself down and then, carefully draw each like line and whatever, and it does look neater.
Yes. Yeah. And I find that too. I find that my handwriting, it takes too long for me to write. And that's when I end up in that shorthandish, weird cursive print thing. And sometimes can't even read what I've written as well.
Yeah.
So where can people reach out to you for more information and to sign up for your class? Do you do everything through social media or your website?
Yeah, so I do have a website and I do a lot of stuff through Instagram. My Instagram handle is at Inkspired. And my website is kiminspireddesign.com. And that's where you can find all the information.
Awesome. Awesome. What is your hope with this job? I mean, are you happy to keep, and now you're a mom of 2. Are you happy to kind of keep this as a business / side hustle where it's not taking up too much time? Or are you looking maybe to expand and do more with it?
Well, I mean, as the kids get older and hopefully, more independent, I definitely do want to make it a bigger thing. And one of the things I really want to break into is event calligraphy, and I've had little experiences with that, but I think that's where I find is most exciting is like doing on the spot things like engraving and just like writing on, I don't know, a makeup bag, which I've done too, things like that.
Oh, nice. So yeah, that's really great. So you could be at an event and actually do things right on the spot for people. That'd be kind of cool if you're hosting an event to have a nice takeaway for your guests with their names on it. That's really, really cool idea, actually. I like that a lot. And so now you've invested in the engraving machine, I'm assuming, and all of that.
Yeah, it's like basically a really, really fancy dental drill.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I like it. I like it. Can't wait to see how you grow this even more. We can't wait to have you up in Frederick and doing some events. I know Shannon is gonna watch this and she's gonna say exactly what I said before we started, which is having you at the home of everything Frederick would be very cool downtown, maybe on a first Saturday or something. I think we'll be able to do something like that, which would be very cool.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time with us on Good Morning Frederick today and look forward to seeing you in person, hopefully very soon.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. So sign up for that class going on right now. It's July 22nd at Visitation, and you can learn to write well as well. All right. Here, let's talk about who's doing good in our neighborhood. Doing good in the Neighborhood is sponsored by Healing Storm Holistic Wellness. Shannon and her team strive to make sure you're seen, heard, and valued. The Healing Storm focuses on alternative holistic healing methods to relieve your stress and pain. Massage therapy, Reiki, lymphatic massage, and a healing journey program is all available. Go to thehealingstorm.com for more details and to schedule an appointment. I recently met Serena and Pastor Deb and found out there's a whole lot of things going on in Frederick I didn't know about. One of them is at Centennial Early Learning Center. Here they are. One of the things that amazes me about doing this show, Good Morning Frederick, is the number of people I never knew existed before doing this show. And my next two guests are in that group, and now I can at least say I understand. Welcome, Serena and Pastor Deb, to Good Morning Frederick from Centennial Early Learning Center. How are you?
Good. We're both great. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for making the time. I am just fascinated that I've been a part of this community for so long and felt like I was pretty connected. And I still meet new people every single day, people doing great things in our community to make it stronger. And I'm going to put you two in that category of great people doing great things. So thank you for that. Pastor Deb, you said you've been there for 9 years, but this church or building that you're in has a storied history in Frederick dating back 100 years.
125, and then its original building was on 3rd Street.
Okay.
So the Brethren, representing the German community when it first came here, and it seems as though each community that came from Europe set up its own flagship. You know, the Episcopal Church representing England, the original Methodist Church, which would have also represented England,
right.
Lutheran, which would have been that whole part. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
125 years.
So recently, really, I do think there is a reason for everything. You guys found yourself in a niche that you didn't even realize was necessary until it really happened. So tell our audience a little bit about the shift and where you guys are today.
So I'll start just in terms of time before Serena, and then as Serena has mastered so much of working with government agency and getting our licensing, I'll shift to Miss Serena. So yes, anybody who comes to Frederick, the city aspires, sees these magnificent flagships to the different cultures that came here 100, 150, 200 years ago. We are one of those, and as we came into 2000, the need for these great big historic buildings just continued to decrease as the culture found itself in a very different place. I'm not sure what other churches will do with this, but we have this 18,000 square foot building smack dab in the middle of downtown that is just magnificent. And so we created what was called a 2020 vision plan to continue to reach out to the community, but to a younger demographic, and started a early learning center, a preschool.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's fabulous, Serena. I'm going to let you go, but I always think it's fabulous because, you know, God's plan sometimes isn't what we expect it to be. So you guys just kind of realized this space that needed to be filled, and that led to Serena having to navigate, I think, a lot of what needed to happen. Serena, tell us about how you've come on to this program and what you've learned so far.
Yeah, absolutely. So we really are an international early learning center. We have such a diverse population of families who are brand new to the U.S. Even some of our toddlers were born outside of the U.S. And part of what I do is help them navigate childcare and some of the voucher processes and such. And we serve children ages 2 through 5. And part of that whole goal is we want to help parents be able to go to work, figure out their situations without having to worry about where their child is, and making sure they're in a safe and nurturing environment.
Yeah, and how fabulous that you're so versed in this that these parents don't have to go and figure this out on their own, that you're able to help them and be a point of contact and point them into the direction of resources. It's one of the things I love about the nonprofits in Frederick, how very collaborative all the nonprofits are and working together and trying to just help families as much as possible. In doing this, so how many kids do you guys have, or how many families do you serve right now?
So we're very blessed in that because we do not have to pay for rent, because we consider this a ministry under the church. We are able to have less children because we are not corporate, and we're not part of, I don't want to name any other schools.
Right. But I get what you're saying. Yes. Yeah.
So max, we would do 30. During the summer when people are coming and going and all of that, we operate at about half of that, which is wonderful because we have so many different languages. We do not have anyone who speaks Spanish. We have predominantly different African dialects. You can hear Ukrainian. When our little Russian little girls get upset, you can really hear them. We have French. We have a couple dialects I don't understand. But what's interesting is that we walk the children to where their parents are coming, and then as they go up the stairs, we hear any number of 8 different languages as they leave.
Wow. That is unbelievable. And it's so great that you guys are getting these children started in the United States in such what seems like a loving and caring environment that is, there to help them blossom and grow and become, interactive members of our society, which is really, really great. How can the community at large, if they're listening or watching right now, support what you're doing? Is there anything that we can do as a community to help your guys' efforts?
Absolutely. There's really 2 primary ways. The first one is just getting the word out that we're here for families that need the help. We're little and we're smashed in between a bunch of different churches, so it's easy to be overlooked, but we want families to know that we are here and we're an option and we're willing to work with all different social, economic, and cultural backgrounds. The other concern that we have right now is the Maryland State Voucher Program has been paused and is no longer allowing new families to receive vouchers. And so we're trying to come up with more funds to do internal scholarships and offer more options to families other than that state voucher that they could stay on a wait list for months.
Yeah, and so the voucher system that comes through the state, when you don't get that, that means you're paying, or you would have to pay full price wherever you go, where that voucher gives you an opportunity to get your child care at a discount. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. And on average, that can be between $300 and $340 a week, depending on the age of your child and the hours of that daycare. So.
Yeah, and I know how hard that is, even, when my kids are 21 and 20, and even when they were little, it's a lot for a family. Sometimes you're weighing, do I even work? Because it's very, very difficult. And that voucher program is very important. So what types of things, are there places people can donate monetarily directly to you? Do you need teachers? Do you need aides? Like how else can we support that?
Yeah, absolutely. We do take donations. You could certainly either stop by and drop something off, or you could mail it to 8 West 2nd Street, Frederick, Maryland. But we also, we provide food to the family. So in lieu of cash, paper plates, forks, spoons, cups, jugs of water, things like that.
Right.
Those are always very welcome as well. So that our families don't have to worry about packing lunches or breakfast and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I will make sure that your information is on screen when we get this to our viewers. That way, if they feel inclined and would like to support you, I'll make sure they can reach out to you guys directly. I think it's really great that you have found yourself in this situation. What a great! I have to come by and see this building. I passed by it, I know, a million times, and I probably didn't even know what it was, or I just probably thought it was a church. I didn't even think about it. So I'd love to come by and see what you guys are doing with these kids, and would love to help any way I can. So please always keep me informed. If you guys are doing any sort of organized fundraising that the public can support, let me know, and I'll pass it along to our viewers. But we really appreciate you being a part of our community.
Is it possible to say one more thing?
You can absolutely, Pastor Deb. You can say whatever you like.
Well, you don't want that. But anyway, I do want to share one of the wonderful things about this place is because we just simply have open doors, open hearts, and we're not trying to recruit people for church. We offer a lot of opportunities for kids groups in that we are a unofficial welcoming committee for different political asylum persons coming in who have literally come with just a suitcase and a whole family. So we provide things like, for example, a Girl Scout troop or a Boy Scout troop or Pathfinders or a Sunday school class, or just a child in the 6th grade looking to do a special civic thing. They can do, like, for example, a shoe drive. They can do something like deodorant and toothbrushes. It's such an easy thing to participate in, and that's probably as big as the school in that.
Right.
At Christmas, not at Christmas, but in the winter, we give out typically over 300 coats that different people are accustomed to having an annual coat drive, and they're used to it. Or I have a couple families where their daughters just got really involved in this, and and it's just a beautiful thing. A bag of nice clothes for teenagers, because most of the people coming in are very thin. And we're talking about documented persons who are coming through as political asylum. And they also dress differently. Like, for example, the gentlemen do not wear flannel shirts or jeans and that type of thing. It's more,
they're in trousers and dress shirts and
yes. And then the women, often are wearing dresses still. But you know, not a sexy little black dress kind of thing.
I get it for sure. And it's really good to know you guys are there, because quite often people will reach out to me and say, oh, I'm cleaning out my mom's or things or whatever, and they always ask me, do you know of anyone who takes them? And instead of the typical it would be nice that I could list you guys and say, hey, try these and see if they need anything. The hygiene items and things like that are easy to do. And I think we forget sometimes that there are other organizations here in Frederick that I didn't know about. So it's nice. Now that I do, you will be on my list, and we will make sure our viewers are reminded that you guys are there, and that this is an opportunity for them to help part of our community. So.
Well, we also welcome anyone, and most especially yourself, to come for a tour. The website, you can see, Serena's going to tell you, we've got a really nice website for the school. They can see a tour. Come have a tour. We'd love you to see it. Yes.
Well, I appreciate this. Very eye-opening. Again, I'm always surprised. It kind of, not so much anymore, but there's a lot of amazing things going on here in Frederick that I wasn't aware of. And now that I am, you can count on the fact that we're here to support you 100% with whatever you need. All right. Want to thank them so much. How fascinating is that? Did you guys know about Centennial Early Learning Center? You probably did. All right. That's it for our show today. We're on again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. or you can watch anytime on YouTube. I've uploaded all the segments individually. So if you want to send any segment to somebody and tell them, hey, check this out, please do. Please tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick and help spread the word about some of our great nonprofits and local businesses here in and around Frederick. Want to thank you guys so much for watching today and every day. Let's get out there and be great.